Hello everyone. Today I'm doing a vlog style. I'm probably going to be a bit shaky with the camera because I've not really done this before, so sorry. I'm going to show you my home because people keep asking me to do that. So I'm going to start with the front. It's not a very big place because it is a flat. So I'll start with the entrance way. So when you come in, you see my artwork. I painted that in 2014. I just put the year on it whenever I sign it. Keeping in the superhero vibes, I've got my 3D picture that someone bought me for my birthday up there. It's not straight because I keep hanging stuff up and knocking it. So yeah, that's where you put your jackets. Got like my favourite ones, my classic black one. Yeah, and then you're greeted by Mr. Clown, who's been in one of my Instagram videos before.
Right this way, the show's starting. We never dream of starting without you.
Yeah, he's my favourite. He stays up all year round because that's just the type of person that I am. So yeah, my home is mainly kind of a goth style, I guess, mixed with like circus vibes because that's just me in a nutshell. So yeah, and then I've got my little hanging bats, which my best friend Ava got me from a Halloween shop, and I thought they were cute, so I just put them over the door. I know they're not supposed to go like that, but I decided to put them there anyway. And then I will show you the living room, I suppose. So I'll start over here actually. Sorry, it's a bit all over the place. Right, so the first thing in my living room is, because everything's kind of symmetrical, because I like things to be kind of symmetrical. So over here I've got a corner unit. If I stand back you can probably see it better. That's my corner unit. A lot of my furniture is from charity shops, or like, I don't know what they call them in America, charity shops. I know you've got like thrift stores, but does the money from thrift stores go to charity? I don't know. But here anyway, it's kind of similar to a thrift store where like people just get rid of old furniture and stuff and they donate it to charity, and you can buy it and the money obviously goes to charity. So I buy a lot of my furniture from there and then just kind of revamp it, as it were, to fit my style. So this one wasn't the original one that I got. This one I bought because I like everything to be symmetrical. I've got another one in that corner which I'll cover in a minute. That was the original one that I had for my old room, and I was really lucky because I found one kind of similar. Yeah, so I've painted it black. On top of that I have my big rat skeleton. I have some Halloween style skull candle holder, which I love. Don't have any real candles to put in it yet though. I also have my pumpkin, my black and white pumpkin. I actually have two of these because, like I say, everything's got to be symmetrical. This is ceramic. I got it from where I work, which is a craft store, and I painted it myself. In front of that I've got a little note from one of my Christmas presents from my second mum, as she calls herself, and as I like to call her. I just thought it was really sweet, so I've kept hold of it. I'm very sentimental like that. It's a really sweet little note, so I've just kept that. I've got my Ed Hardy perfume there that my mum got me for Christmas. And then underneath that I've got one of my, I think this was a Secret Santa gift. Yeah, I think it was. And it is just a ceramic skull with a crown. On top of that I've got like a little Halloween balloon. He actually was like one of those glow-in-the-dark ones, so he doesn't sit right. I'm surprised he stayed like kind of inflated. He's all shriveled now, but he was just like a cute little ghost, and I just kept him to see how long he would last for. And he's still alive, kind of. And then I've got my alien skull candles. Love those. In my favourite colour, obviously. They had to be green. Because my living room is mainly green, black and white. Underneath that I've got my quote board. At the moment it says my favourite quote. I think I made it up. I can't find where I found it originally, so forgive me if I didn't make it up, because I get very confused about that kind of stuff. But it says, "I don't believe in humans, only monsters and magic." I think it's like a combination of different quotes that I heard that I made myself. I could be wrong. If someone else can find it anywhere, then props to that person, because I can't remember now. It's been so long since I made it. And then I have some flowers, I've got my Daily Nightshade, normal like rainbow flowers, and then over here I have into the wall area, the main wall. You're gonna get some really weird close-ups of me in this, sorry. I've got my these were actually mirrors. I found these in B&M, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was B&M. They were mirrors, and I didn't want them as mirrors, so I changed them into frames, and I did these prints of Frankenstein monster and Frankenstein's bride that I've used throughout my house, kind of, in different things. They were originally for my laptop, but I used them to do these prints as well, obviously in green because that's the theme of my place. So I've got him there. Next to him, I've got my pop figure of the Crow. That's a bit better, you can see a bit better now. Yeah, I haven't got many pop figures, I want to collect some more, but yeah, I got the Crow because I love that film. He's holding on to a bracelet, a charm bracelet that my best friend Ava gave me, which has got little horror characters on, so you've got like Freddy, you've got Pennywise, stuff like that on there, so he's holding that for me. I got these old industrial style lights from, I can't remember where I got them from, but I painted them up because they were like just silver, so now they're black. I put them on top of these sconces that I got. They're originally white, they're just cheap ones off of eBay that I painted. I did that to most of the stuff in my house. And then I've got my TV. At the moment I'm rewatching all of American Horror Story because obviously isolating. So yeah, I'm rewatching American Horror Story. So I've got my TV. I've got another really awesome quote that I found in a shop that says, "Don't take life too seriously because nobody gets out alive anyway," which is very true. So I have that there to look at every day. Underneath that, I obviously have my Xbox and well, I've got the old Xbox and an Xbox One at the moment. That's all I've got. I'm not really up to date on consoles. I never have been. I've always been like at least one behind because I just don't see a point in spending that much money when I can wait and get everything cheaper. I like gaming, but like I'm not going to blow all of my wages on it when I can blow it on a awesome tattoo. And then above that, in the middle, I have an actual mirror of the same one, but it's a lot bigger than the others. And I've kept that as a mirror because I quite like it. Opens up the room a little bit. Next to that, I have my Beetlejuice pop figure. And he's holding another gift from my best friend Ava, which is a Beetlejuice necklace, but it's the Lego version, which I love. It looks really cute. On top of the light again, and a sconce, because everything is very symmetrical in my house. And then on this side, I have my Frankenstein's bride portrait. Well, it's kind of like a print that I did in the same frame again. And then underneath that, I have this cute little table, which I'm currently going to be using as like an altar, because when I was younger, like in my teens, I was really into like the whole pagan and like witch stuff, and like just the positivity that can come from like casting spells. Basically, it's just about putting out positive vibes when you really think about it. So I kind of want to get into that again. So yeah, I've cleared like a little table space for it. I've got my green candles on candle holders. I've got some more flowers here. This one has been alive for years. I don't know, well, it's not alive, it's dead, but like it's still in one piece, and I have no idea how that is possible because it was a real flower, but it is, so I've stuck it in there. And then next to that, I've got the caricature of my dog that I did a while ago. I think I got him pretty spot on, to be fair. Yeah, I just thought that was kind of cute to have there. And then I've got like a little picture of us both. And then I've got my spells book, which I need to refill because my old spell book got lost when I moved, because I've moved like 10 times. So yeah, and I've put that, I found this really old, really cool table. You probably can't really see it, from a charity shop that I painted black, because it looked very gothic anyway, but it was like mahogany, so I painted it black. And then I put my, I think this belonged to one of my ex-boyfriends. It's like a scarf. I think it belonged to my ex Chris from like 5 years ago. He ended up with most of my stuff, to be fair, so I've kept like one thing because it's cool. It's really cool. It is a scarf, but it looks really cool as like a table cover, so I'm keeping that. Why are you in at me, little monkey? Sorry, that's my dog. Sorry, it keeps going dark. My camera's not great. And then on this side, to mirror the other side, at the top I have another rat skeleton. I have a boo sign, which I actually got from a pound shop. But it was £5 at Halloween, and I just thought it was really cute, so I was like, I'm having that because I love that. Got another ceramic pumpkin that I painted black and white. Then I've got another rainbow skull. This one isn't ceramic, this one is plastic. This hat I got from a Halloween section. I just thought it was quite cute to put on his head. And then I've got my two glitter pumpkin candle holders. And then underneath that I've got a picture of my nan and her watch. Her watch isn't worth anything, but like it's just nice to have. Well, I don't think it is. I don't know. She did like her real jewellery, so it could be worth something. I don't know. But I just wanted it when she passed away because it reminds me of her. I've got a necklace of hers as well somewhere. But that's tucked away in a secure place because I love it so much. Whereas watches I don't wear because I have really skinny kids' wrists. So, and then I have a coffee table that I made, again from a charity shop, I think, or it was a hand-me-down from my mum, I think, actually, thinking about it. And I covered it in the skulls. They're kind of a running theme in here. I have them in my kitchen as well and on a couple of other bits of furniture. I kind of, it's it's a technique called decoupage or decoupage, depending on how posh you are. And I did that to this table. It's mainly got my art stuff on it. I don't really use it as a coffee table because I got another little table that folds away and I prefer that. Which I'll go over in a second. And then over here, the main thing I really like about this place is that it has really big windowsills that you can sit on. I don't sit on this one in my living room, I sit on the one in my bedroom, but they are literally really wide. So this one I've used as kind of a memorial shelf kind of thing. So I'll show you that. So I have on here, I have a couple of candles that I like to light. In memory, and then I have a picture of my nan who has passed away. I have my angel who looks after everyone on the shelf. I have my balloon from the release that I did in memorial for my loss that I suffered, and I decorated them myself. They had RIP baby angel on them, which was the name that I decided to give the baby because I didn't know the sex of the baby, and I thought angel was kind of unisex and just a nice name. And this one's still kind of inflated, so I kept it. I thought it was really cute, and I just wanted to keep it anyway, but I like the fact that it's still kind of inflated. It's like, I don't know, it's bizarre when balloons stay inflated when they shouldn't. And then I've got another candle which I light a lot, which is why it's so indented. And then behind that I've got a little frame that just says RIP. It's got some like trinkets inside it that are personal that I don't really like to keep out as such. These ones I don't mind being on show, but yeah, some things I like to keep inside there, so I've kept them in there. And then I've got a little tombstone that I made that says RIP that I thought was quite cute. Another candle. This is my necklace that I spoke about, I think, in one of my other videos for my loss as well. Sorry, the camera keeps going dark. I'm stood in front of a window. It's all natural light. Yeah, and it's angel wings, obviously, because angel, and it represents my loss. And the baby's dad has got the same necklace. Not that he'll probably wear it, but whatever, we won't talk about that. And then I've got my little picture of my cat, and behind that I've got the box with my cat's ashes in it. I painted this myself, and if you go in, I don't know if you'll be able to see it because it's kind of dark, but I've done like a cameo of my cat. Let me just see if it will show up. There we go. I painted this little cameo of my cat for the front of it, and then it's got his name on the top, Toby. So yeah, that was kind of a cute little thing that I did. And then I've got a picture of him on top of it there, and then I've got a mug with us on it as well that I thought was kind of cute, so I put that there. And then I've got my giant mirror. Kind of opens the room up a little bit more as well, plus I didn't know what to put there. I probably won't keep it there, I don't know. I don't know. And then I've got some drawer sets there with my clown light on it, and my printer. Not that I ever use it because I'm lazy and I just don't use my laptop. Then I have my sofa, with the dog. It didn't come with the dog. Yeah, this is a futon sofa, so it can fold out into a bed, which I thought was awesome. Again, I got it from a charity shop, which I was quite shocked at. It was a X display, which they do get a lot of, so it'd never been used. Like, people obviously just like sat in it to see if it was comfortable or whatever, and then they'd buy the product elsewhere, or it was just in the window. They didn't really specify, but it's really comfy, no scratches, no marks. So I was like, yep, I'll have that, and it's really comfy, so yes please. And it's black, so it goes with my room. Hello, you wagging your tail at me. This is my actual coffee table that I was talking about. It's a little round one. Ignore that stuff. That stuff's for my niece. Ignore the little tiny bottle of gin as well that my mum got me. Yeah, so this has got another one of the skulls on that I was talking about. It's a little round one, and the legs fold out, so that's pretty cool. It's got my little masks on there if I want to venture out at this scary, dangerous time. And then I'll show you my kitchen, because my flat is kind of open plan. So yeah, this is my kitchen. I've got a night owl sign, which I thought was really cool. And then I've got my clown lady. Yeah, I love her so much. She was actually just given to me by one of my old neighbours. And yeah, I don't know if she's worth anything, but she's cool. She reminds me of the mannequins they used to use in a shop called Punky Fish. They used to have like anime style weird twisted mannequins outside. I don't think they still do. I don't know if anyone, I don't think they're mainly in London. I don't know if they're anywhere else in the world, but Punky Fish is like this awesome shop that they have in Camden Town, Camden Market in London, and I love it so much. And she reminds me of that, so she's basically another version of me. Like, she's just like a clown, and I just had to stick her up there. Then I've got 2 paper mache pumpkins that you probably saw in one of my previous videos. I decided they're going to live there. That is my crow mask. I've had that for years, absolute years. Eventually it will go up there above. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I have a freak show sign as well. Speaking of watching American Horror Story, I made these signs throughout my house. Yeah, eventually he's going to go above the little freak show sign. This is my freezer, complete with clown that I just stuck on there, and my Frankenstein's Bride and One Monster magnets that I just bought because they're cool. They're just little black and white pictures of her, and I love her so much. And then these cabinets were pine. They were vile. So me and my best friend Jenny, decided to cover them in the sticky back vinyl, and it took ages. I did it before I moved in. So they were like a pine colour, which I can't show you because there is no more of it left. But now they're like this smoke marble, and then on top was this anyway, so I left that. And then I decided to do the front sort of black and metallic, and I think it turned out pretty good. I'm quite happy with it. Oh, I'm still coughing, sorry. And then over here I've got my tray that I sit with, again with the skull. I made that myself to eat my meals on because I don't want a dining table. I don't use it. Yeah, and then I've got some more flowers over there. Some washing up that I did. Sorry, I live here. What do you expect? Yeah, these little stickers here, I actually spent time doing with a friend of mine. They were squares, but I flipped them on the side because I think they look better as diamonds. Very time consuming, but I think it looks really cool. I like it. And then over here is the main wall. Yeah, it says trick or treat, obviously, because it's a kitchen, again with the 2 skulls. And yeah, I painted 2 little shelves to go there. These decanters I got from Halloween sections over the time. They've all got like alcohol in. That isn't a decanter, that is a speaker that I found, but I thought it was cool. So yeah, that is my pride and joy. These 2 as well I decorated myself. They were just black, and I got white paint and I decorated them. So that one's Hangman's Tea, because obviously that's my tea. And then I've got Sweet Poison, which is obviously sugar. Yeah, and I'm quite proud of those as well. I've even got a little black teapot if I want to make my tea, because I'm just so British. Moving on. In this bit, which is the in-between bit, as I like to call it, I've got my theatre masks that I made that I think you guys probably saw ages ago, which is my sadness one, which is very much Crow. It looks very Crow-like. And then I've got my happy one. She's very squiffy because they actually bounce around and move, which freaks people out, but obviously they get bumped quite a bit because they're in between. So yeah, she's the happy clown. And then I've got Circus. Then I've got 2 more signs that I made myself, which are Freaks and Clowns, to go with the circus theme. I've got another one here that says roll up for the circus. I've got some family photos and trinkets, like tickets and stuff. I won't really show those because I don't know if they want to be in this video, like their faces. But I've got like my water parks ticket there. I've got a ticket to Secret Gardens that I went to a few years ago, which was a happy memory. I've got my Reading and Leeds Festival. I went to Reading that year. Little leaflet that we got when we got there, so I kept that. And yeah, I'm gonna fill it up with photos eventually. And then I've got my bookshelf. On my bookshelf, I've got my Wonder Woman toy in her invisible plane, which is blue, not invisible, but that's fine. I mean, you can't make an invisible, well, you could. I mean, you could sell air and just say it's an invisible plane. But yeah, my sister got me that as a joke. Next to that is a porcelain style money box of I painted her to look like a Harley Quinn bride. Underneath that I've got my ceramic pumpkins that I love so much, that I got from B&M, I think. No, I got them from the Range when it first opened in my hometown, so I love those. I've got some little Harley Quinn figurines. This one was just a cheap one from somewhere. I've got another one up there, which was an official one, but she wasn't like a first series. No, I don't know how many nerds I have following me that collect figurines, but a little bit of knowledge for you. If they're not series 1, basically when they make the toys, obviously they have a mould that they use, even in like machine factories and stuff like that, they obviously have moulds. The more that they use the moulds, so like first series will always look as best as possible, probably closest to the character. After that, series 2 and onwards, they're not going to look as good. Like their faces get warped, their paint isn't as good, as I'm sure some of you know. That's why some of the figurines that you find look nothing like they're supposed to, and some of them do. She did not look anything like Harley Quinn. She came with 3 heads, so I picked the head that was, I just knocked her over, oh my god, I'm going to lose her. Yeah, I picked the head that was most similar, and then I repainted her to look as much like her as I possibly could. I'll just give you a close-up of her, if you can see her. Hi. Yeah, I repainted her, gave her some more details and stuff because she was missing a few bits and pieces. She's not great. She wasn't that expensive because, like I say, she wasn't that great. But I repainted her. I knew I could do something with her, so I bought her anyway. Then I've got my Edward Scissorhands here. He's like the comic book version of Edward Scissorhands that some people have. Very old. I love that one. I've had him for years, to be honest. Then I've got a Tomb Raider figurine there. She doesn't have her pistols anymore because I've moved so many times. She was also standing on the Illuminati triangle, which I thought was badass. Lost that, so I don't know if that's a bad omen. I'm never going to be a member of the Illuminati. Oh no. But yeah, I've still got her, so I'm shocked that she made it through. On the next shelf down, I have this, which was gifted to me from a friend that I've had for years. My ex from like over 10 years ago. God, probably nearly 20 years ago, actually, thinking about it. Yeah, it's closer to 20 years ago. My ex from like nearly 20, we'll say 15 years ago, worked at Virgin Megastores. He was a bit older than me, obviously, and his best friend was still working there even after he left. And I believe they had like a big Halloween thing with Tim Burton films. So yeah, this was part of the stand. It does say Tim Burton films on it, and bless him, he saved it for me, and I still have it. And yeah, in front of that I have, again with the symmetry, I have my 2 skulls. This one's just plastic. This one is like a hard resin plastic. I love this one because obviously it's got playing cards all over it. This is from the Halloween section from TK Maxx. In America it's TJ Maxx for some reason, but in England it's TK Maxx. Yeah, pretty good for $9.99, under £10. just really heavy, really good duty. Love it. And yeah, this is just a plastic one that I found from a Halloween one, but weirdly enough, they're like pretty much exactly the same skull, like the frame of it and the size, which is bizarre. In the middle, pride of place, is my most recent possession from my best friend Ava, again, for my birthday. I didn't even know this existed. It's a Harley Quinn hand, and she's holding a Joker lollipop, which is clear, but green, if that makes sense, like clear green. So it looks like an actual lollipop. I love it. So that's in the middle there. Behind that, I've got my metal die-cast figures from Nightmare Before Christmas that I covered in a what I got for Christmas video a little while back. Underneath that, I have my comic books, only a small selection of them. These ones are my favourite ones. I've started my collection again because when I moved out from my last ex-boyfriend's, he ended up with most of my comic books, including my Tank Girl ones, which I'm gutted about. But I'm starting up my collection again. So these are a couple of them. I've also got my Austen Knight book there from Waterparks. It's a really good read, actually. I really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting it to be quite that good. I thought it was going to be like a troll book, but it's not. It's pretty good. And then to hold them up, I've got my two bookends, which are this really awesome velvet materialed, really heavy, obviously, because they're bookends, unicorns. So you can't really see them because it's black on black, but they're there and they're awesome. And then below that, oh my god, I'm getting really low now. I've got my Wonder Woman bust, which is a money box. Not that keen on it because for some reason they made a load of Wonder Woman stuff where she literally looks like Superman in a wig. Like, a strong woman doesn't have to be masculine, you know. She can still be pretty and feminine. There is all kinds of women out there that, you know, have muscles and are still, you know, attractive women that don't look like men. I don't understand why a woman can, like, you know, yeah, she's strong, yeah, she's a superhero. She doesn't need, I just don't understand this whole world of, you know, oh, strong women must be masculine. Why? That's not a real thing. So it's kind of hard to find one or the other. Because the opposite end of the scale is obviously an over-sexualised version of her where her bust is just, well, I would say her bust is ridiculously huge, but I myself have quite a big bust. So it's not really that, you know, OTT. And then I've got my little RDD2. Love him. Look how cute he is. He's actually a working alarm clock. I got him from a car boot sale, which I guess Americans called yard sales. I don't know. But yeah, he was only like a couple of pounds and he still works and he projects the time onto your ceiling, which I thought was awesome, and he does still work. Then I've got my Wally. He is so cute. Look at him. I love Wally. He's one of my favourites. He's just so cute. He folds down into a complete cube, like these fold in and that folds down. Again, car boot sale, really cheap. Even though he's like really heavy duty and he still works, so I'm well happy with him. He's just adorable. I've had him for a long time as well. Right now I've got to get up. Ow, my knees. And then through these curtains here, massive curtains because I don't have doors. I hate doors. It's my room, which is very uneventful because I haven't really decorated it, to be honest, since I moved in. I've been kind of a bit slouchy with it. I am going to do it eventually, but I haven't yet. So we've got my vanity, which is obviously where I keep all of my makeup and stuff, where I get ready in the morning. I have my sleep mask, which says aptly, "The bitch is sleeping," which I thought was hilarious. I do have to wear that because sometimes I only sleep in the day, depending on what's going on in my life. Massive double bed, which is currently taken up by him again. And he has all of his toys on here. This is like his little place that he comes and buries all his toys, and then I get into bed and lay on top of them, and you hear this almighty squeak from one of them, you know, like that one mainly. I've got a little shelf unit that I've recently put up. Don't know if you'll see it because it's just gone dark again, sorry. There's a little shelf unit there which doesn't really have anything on it at the moment because I haven't really had it up for very long. It's got my bear on it from when I was a baby that my gran gave me. It's the only thing I've got from her, which is a little blue bear, obviously, because my middle name is Blue. I've still got Mr. Teddy Robinson there, which is the only teddy bear that I had growing up. So I've kept him all these years. He's got a little spot there. Because yeah, my nan and granddad got me him, so they both just got sentimental value really. So they're the only soft toys that I have. I've got my video backdrop. It's not the video backdrop. I have two of it. That one I just put up there for a bit of colour, and because it's, you know, just there, so I just shoved it up. It's not where I film my videos, but it's cool. And then over here there's like my mirror, and then that is my little wardrobe bit. But it's very dark in there, there's no light, which is a bit useless. But again, no door, just a curtain, so that's fun. And then I'll show you through here, which is the last bit of my house. So where it says roll up, enter if you dare, here's my little hallway. Well, actually I should probably put the light on because again it'll be a bit dark in here. So through here, again following on with the circus theme and everything else, I've got my Harley Quinn wall. This is the painting that I did. I didn't actually put the year on that, but I think it was only 2 years ago I painted that. I can't remember. I posted it on my Instagram, I'm sure. And then I've got my Harley Quinn hammer. This was from a Halloween shop as a prop. And then I extended it and did it up a little bit because it wasn't great. I don't know if you'll be able to see it actually. There's like a little smiley face on there and stuff. And then I've got my Harley Quinn bunny corset outfit with the ears that are up there. And then, so that's my little ode to Harley Quinn there. I was going to put a sconce in and have, because I've got a little pop figure which is currently in my bathroom, which I'll get to in a second, of her as this version of Harley Quinn, the original. But I didn't want to disrupt where I've hung this because this was kind of a bit of a bitch to hang up. And then I've got kind of like a wall of mirrors thing going on. So this is a mirror, and then I've got my scary clowns behind it. This is like a little nook, as I like to call it, which is where I film my videos, but I'm not going to show you it because it's a complete trashy mess at the moment from when I moved. Yeah. And then I've got a little Halloween sign because it's got circus on it, why not? Then on my bathroom door, just as like a joke, I have my horror show sign and my little spooky clown because I love him. He's got glitter hair. I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, it's kind of a joke because, you know, it's where people get naked. I thought I'd call it the horror show. So yeah, you come in to the bathroom and it's bright fucking pink. My bathroom is bright pink because it was bright pink when I came to look at it. The person that lived here before thought it'd be a great idea to do it hot pink, and I just sort of was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna paint that. And then when I moved in and I put some black stuff up, I was like, actually it looks kind of cool, so I'm gonna keep it. So I did. And it kind of weirdly has its own theme as well because I use crazy colour on my hair, and obviously because I have rainbow hair and I change my mind more often than like most people blink. I have a lot of crazy colour bottles around. Exhibit A, Exhibit B. There's a lot. And they are hot pink, so it just kind of works, really. So yeah, it's kind of a running theme. I have my spooky clowns on the wall. This guy watches you pee, because why not? He's right next to the toilet, because why not? Then I have my little, I didn't know where else to put him, so I just put him in here, but he's my little bat dude. I made him a while ago. He's based on a couple of things. He's based on the little vampire toy in Nightmare Before Christmas, and he's also based on the little weird vampire creature that most people won't know this, that Tank Girl has on her tank. If anyone's ever seen Tank Girl, the film, if not just Google like Tank Girl's tank film and you'll probably see it. He is awesome. So yeah, I kind of just made this little dude, and I decided to stick him on a sconce in my bathroom because that's what I do. And then I've got my windows, which is blacked out because my window is 7 feet in the air, but I just don't trust people because at the back of me is like a car park. So yeah, I just constantly have those closed and blacked out because why not? Because the light is right above there anyway. Bit silly putting a light right in front of a window, but whatever. And then I've got my little Harley Quinn pop figure that previously mentioned. I might put her out there, I haven't decided yet, but I've just put her there for now. I've got a mirror that I painted up. I made it kind of Tim Burton-esque. I don't know if you can see like the little skulls and stuff. I've got some unicorn bath bombs, some flowers. This is destroyed because obviously I stupidly didn't seal it when I painted it, so it's got a bit, it's chipped away, so you can see all the paint underneath the original colour of it, which is a bit annoying. The main thing that you'll see when you first come into my bathroom is my shower curtain, which is a giant skull, which is extremely similar to all the other skulls that I have in my house. So there is a running theme. I think I have a bit of an issue with it, but never mind. And then I have a light up mirror because there's not really any light on this side of the bathroom. The light is over there, not over here, so this bit can get a bit dark. So I've got a light up mirror with all my face care underneath, which isn't a lot, to be honest. It's just makeup wipes and... How on earth do you pronounce this? Micellar? Different people pronounce it different ways, but I just use micellar cleansing water because I'm very basic and I just don't care. And then I've got this little, what they call, it's actually called a tall boy, which I think is quite funny. I don't... Squeak there from Ludo. I don't know why it's called a tall boy. It's just a bathroom cabinet, and I've painted it black and white, very Beetlejuice-esque is what I'm trying to say. I can't speak today. So yeah, that keeps all of my hair dyes, as you can see. I have a lot of them. And then on top, pride of place, is this beautiful ceramic that I found of a green cat. A green cat in a UFO. How freaking cool is that though? So I was like, yeah, I'm having that. It's going in my bathroom because why the fuck not? Yeah, why not have a green cat in a pink UFO? I thought it was cool. I thought I'd stick it in my bathroom because that's what I do. Underneath that, I have all my wigs. I have a lot more than that, but I don't really like most of them. So these ones are just like ones that I've recently collected. Some of them I haven't done anything with yet, but I like to have them hanging up because I actually obviously quite like my hair at the moment, probably because it's all different colours, so I don't really wear my wigs at the moment. But yeah, I thought it'd be fun to hang them in here because then when people come round and they use the toilet, 9 times out of 10, including my ex, they think it's funny to shove on a wig and come out in it and wait for me to notice. And that's why I put them there, because I think it's funny. So people can just try them on in front of the mirror and have some fun. So yeah, that's all I'm going to show you of my little abode at the moment. A lot of people have been asking for a little tour of it. So although this is like 40 minutes roughly, I think, that's, you know, I just wanted to get it all in as much as possible. As much as I'm like willing to show. Obviously with the whole lockdown and everything else, everyone's staying at home and self-isolating. I hope you are, you should be. I'm finding little bits and pieces that I want to do, so I will probably update it when I've done some more stuff to it, or if I change my mind and I change some things around. I don't know yet. I do have a little mini garden, but I haven't really done anything with it, but I will show you guys it eventually. But I want to make it very rainbow-esque out there, so I want loads of rainbow flowers, and I'm going to paint I've got a bench as well that's out there. Or a double seat, as some people call it, that I'm going to paint rainbow and just have like a massive colour, because everything else about my house is like kind of the same, so I've just thought all the colour outside and then splashes of colour inside within my clowns. So yeah, so that's all I'm going to show you. That's mainly for all the people that wanted to see it. I did film this once before, but for some reason it didn't record any audio. So that was fun. I was not at all annoyed when I went to edit it and realised that. I wasn't annoyed at all. So yeah, I've redone it, and I've actually condensed it this time because I did go into a lot more detail last time and I just thought, what is the point? So yeah, it might be 40 minutes long, but it's still condensed, trust me, because I do have a lot of knickknacks, but they're all the main ones that I wanted to show because they're all like sentimental and special and whatever. So yeah, I don't know what my next video is going to be just yet. I am going to be filming more videos because I don't really, well, other than doing creative things, I don't really have a lot else to do, so I'm trying to think of all the different videos that people ask me to do, and I'm going to try and get them done while we're in this isolation period. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Do subscribe because it helps me out. It helps me see that people are actually bothered that I do this kind of stuff. And YouTube likes it. And also hit the like if you like it, because YouTube likes that as well. The main reason I say subscribe is because alternative YouTubers, like me, as it were, alternative, whatever you want to call me, don't really get promoted on YouTube. They just don't really bother to put it in recommends, because they don't see it as family friendly, which is a bit strange, because just because I look a bit different doesn't mean that a child is going to be like, I want to look like that. And even if they do, it doesn't mean they're going to do it. I don't really understand why it's not seen as family friendly. I really don't. But whatever, they've been doing that for a while. Same with the LGBT plus community. They do it with those as well, and I don't really understand it. Hopefully they'll update it all soon, but they haven't yet. So yeah, if you subscribe, it helps you out as well as me, because it means you'll see when I upload, because YouTube probably won't tell you. And I don't really like posting it everywhere. I post it when I first do the video, and they tell you you're supposed to keep promoting it, but I don't really like doing that. So sorry about that. So yeah, if you subscribe then you'll know. So it's just easier, because sometimes I just won't bother to promote these at all. Like, I'll just upload them, and if you're subscribed you'll see it, and if you're not, you won't. Because some of the little videos I think, well, what's the point in advertising it? So yeah. Anyway, that's all I'm going to cover today. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.